greatest weapon against darkness isn't our superpowers. It's our humanity and our love for each other.
I know this is right.
Have faith, son. We will get Iris back.
Oh, God, I'm still here.
This enemy is all-powerful.
It's not just mirrors she's manipulating. It's any reflective surface.
Captain West requesting backup.
I called in a little bit of extra muscle.
Anyone can save the world with their might. It takes a real hero to do it with his heart.
I know how to open a portal to the Mirrorverse.
We'll never stop fighting to reach you.
What are you? A product of your broken mind?
Give me back my wife! You only have 1% of your speed left. Let's make it count.
Barry. Run.
When we were dreaming about having a family, it didn't look like this, did it? Lost jobs, teens with severe anxiety, parents gone too soon.
Why'd you move the family here? Still looking for the simple life? 'Cause those days are gone, Clark. Long gone.
You got the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Really wish I could get drunk sometimes. You're saying you're Superman? Well, we've seen Superman before. We've seen him. Am I a bad father?
We're gonna be all right. No one ever dreams about the problems, but every life has them. Even the extraordinary ones.
Superman and Lois, 2-hour premiere event Tuesday, February 23rd. Stream free next day only on the CW app.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. This is going to be my Flash Season 7 trailer. I'll also talk about the very Man of Steel-looking Superman trailer because that show's going to be starting really soon, too. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. Since there's so much stuff that's coming back in 2021, things are looking so much better than last year because of all the virus stuff. I'll explain what my episode plan is during the video, too. But I'll talk about the Flash footage first, then I'll talk about the Man of Steel Superman trailer. The whole thing with the first few episodes of The Flash Season 7 is that they're essentially doing the canceled episodes that were supposed to come at the end of Season 6 last year. They had to cancel production on all the shows last year in 2020 because of the virus. So the final few Mirror Master episodes, or Mirror Mistress, whatever you want to call her, were originally supposed to wrap up, they take her down, and there was supposed to be a big reverse Flash twist with them creating the new artificial Speed Force that would have pushed them into Season 7 and tease another big twist in the real version of Godspeed that's supposed to be one of the main villains of Season 7. The Flash footage pretty much just starts with someone zapping another person with Speed Force energy. I think it's just a reference to Barry losing the last embers of his regular Speed Force powers. If you're a big My Hero Academia fan, if you watch anime, it's like All Might losing the dying embers of One for All as he's passed it on. There's a tiny little bit that's left before he uses it up. United States of Smash for the win. That's the whole reason for them creating this artificial Speed Force. Clearly, Chester P. Runk is the key to completing that project. They tried during Season 6 and failed, but it sounds like they'll be successful when the season starts again. You get a classic Joe West pep talk during the trailer, trying to stop Barry from crying again, unsuccessfully. One of the Flash's other superpowers is crying a lot, frequently. When he comes out of this storage chamber, this probably looks familiar. This is where they used to keep the old Flash costume on the dummy, but it seems like they've turned it into some sort of Speed Force regeneration chamber to try and temporarily boost his abilities. They hype up opening a portal to the Mirrorverse that gets into more multiverse travel. Obviously, that also connects back to what they did during Crisis on Infinite Earths with the whole Ezra Miller Justice League Flash cameo scene going full multiverse. They're actually filming the Flash movie in April while they'll still be filming Flash episodes, so I'm sure we'll start hearing more about whether or not Grant Gustin is actually going to get a cameo in the Flash movie. Hopefully John Wesley's ship too. I'll do more videos when we get more news about that. The Justice League Snyder Cut is coming out in March, so expect more talk about what's going on with the Flash movie around then too. There will be a new Justice League Snyder Cut trailer sometime pretty soon too. It's just a coincidence that The Flash Season 7 also starts in March. They delayed it by 1 week because the Superman Episode 1 is going to be extra long with a special documentary about the Superman character. They're turning that premiere into a much bigger thing, so I'll talk about that in a second when I talk about the Superman footage. Sue Dearborn is back. She's going to be a series regular during Season 7. The way they cut the footage, they want you to think the extra muscle that he calls in is Killer Frost, but it could always be somebody else too. It's just that Danielle Panabaker had her baby in real life a while ago, so she's been back filming episodes regularly like the rest of the cast. But then after they start hyping up traveling to the Mirrorverse, and you see them intercut between the scenes of Barry trying to open the Speed Force wormhole to the Mirrorverse with the footage of him next to the machine that they're using to create the artificial Speed Force, this seems like Reverse Flash, who's saying "Run, Barry, run." So this could be Reverse Flash actually coming back, or it could just be Barry hallucinating Reverse Flash saying it. Because the last we saw of him, he had lost his body and he was just formless, negative Speed Force energy looking for another body to possess. And I think we all assumed that that was a setup for the Red Death speedster twist from the comics. He become an evil fusion speedster, Gogeta Dragon Ball style. It also kind of looks like Barry's about ready to crap his pants when he's listening to him say that too. But then moving to the Superman footage, the big thing here is that one, the trailer is in movie aspect ratio, not the regular 16:9 aspect ratio of all the DC TV shows, because they want it to feel more cinematic, more special than the normal CW shows. So the entire pilot episode that we watched, like episode 1, might be completely in movie aspect ratio, but I don't know if the entire show is going to be movie aspect ratio. The look of the episode and the whole tone of the trailer itself feels very inspired by Henry Cavill's Man of Steel movie, as if they've completely rebooted this character from the original Supergirl TV show version, which I think a lot of people were excited by, because I think a lot of big Superman fans were disappointed with what they did with that character on that show. So this is them sort of doing their own thing, like, okay, Crisis on Infinite Earths happened, we're going to retune and reboot some of the things about this character, so he'll feel more like you would expect Superman to feel during his TV show when that starts. They also use that excuse to give him a huge Superman costume upgrade. It's way better than the old one. They also said that practically the reason for the upgrade is because the old suit on the Supergirl TV show wasn't designed to be worn for long periods of time. So I am way more excited to see what the actual episodes feel like a more grown-up version of Smallville mixed with Man of Steel and a little bit of the Lois and Clark energy, because the title of the show is actually Superman and Lois. Like you'll notice, in the past, when we've had Superman scenes, they've used the Smallville version of the Kent farm, but on this show, the Kent farm looks exactly like the Kent farm from the Man of Steel movie, so it's just more of that Henry Cavill Superman energy baked into the show. The whole thing with the Crisis on Infinite Earths reboot too, obviously, is that they went from having the one baby, John Kent, from the comics, to having two sons, and they're both teenagers now. The scene of them at the Daily Planet is referencing Clark Kent being downsized on the show, because when episode 1 picks up, the economy's kind of gone to shit, the paper's losing money because most newspapers in real life aren't very profitable nowadays. It's also how they explain the twist of him coming back to Smallville to raise their sons in Smallville on the farm, while he's also busy being Superman 24/7, saving everyone all over the world. Then you get the Dylan Walsh voiceover as General Sam Lane, Lois's father. They've recast this character like there was a version of General Lane on the Supergirl TV show, but they also gave him a big upgrade with this actor. You probably recognize him from somewhere. He's been on a billion different TV shows and movies. I believe he's supposed to be one of the main antagonists of season 1. Like they have the big boss fight during the trailer. That'll probably be the villain of episode 1 that he takes down. But there'll be a couple other big bads during the season and some mystery characters that they haven't fully revealed yet. This is the older son. He's John Kent from the comics. The younger son here is named Jordan Kent, which is a reference to Jordan Elliott, the alias that Superman used during the Man of Tomorrow story, which itself is meant to be a reference to Jor-El. Jordan Elliott, Jor-El. So their two sons are named for Superman's two fathers. But then this is their new version of Lana Lang. She's also going to be a main character on the show, also living in Smallville, and they're doing, big deep cut here, kind of a Man of Steel version of the Superman 3 movie twist, where she's with a version of the Brad character and it's kind of a bad marriage. You remember that was Annette O'Toole during Superman 3 playing the Lana Lang character, then she became Martha Kent during the Smallville TV show. So it's this big never-ending continuum of Easter eggs and callbacks to the movies and the TV shows. The bigger twist, obviously, that everyone's talking about after the trailer is that they're really saying that the boys have had no idea that their dad is Superman this whole time. Somehow he's managed to hide that from them their whole lives, which kind of seems weird. But that's also probably just part of their story arcs, discovering that they also have powers and start to manifest during the show. And I know a lot of you are asking, will the Smallville actors from that show cameo on the new Superman TV show? I feel like that's a pretty easy slam dunk, so anyone that wants to probably will eventually show up on the series. Tom Welling could come back anytime he wants. Of course they want him to come back, but that's just dependent upon him wanting to come back. Personally, I'd rather see Michael Rosenbaum come back as a version of Wally West because he's never played live-action Wally West, even though he did the voice of animated Wally West during the Justice League TV series. He'd be like the Jake Johnson Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse version of Wally West. Then separately, even though he doesn't show up in the trailer, David Ramsey also signed a crossover deal to show up on a couple of the CW shows this year. He'll be coming to Superman for a couple episodes and directing a Superman episode. So it sounds like they'll also do some Diggle Green Lantern stuff on the Superman TV show. I think we kind of assumed that after the Arrow finale too, because he said that he was moving to Metropolis. So it's like, oh, they'll pay off all this Green Lantern stuff on the Superman TV show. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to schedule my videos for the episodes when those shows start because they're going to overlap with the WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, the Loki episodes on Disney+. So I'll have to adjust how I do videos for the CW stuff as we go along. We won't start getting the HBO Max, the Suicide Squad TV show, the HBO Batman TV show, till much, much later though. Of course, I'll be doing videos for those too when they eventually premiere. And obviously a reminder that all of Warner Brothers movies, not just the DC movies this year, will be coming to HBO Max. But if you spotted any big Easter eggs that I didn't mention in the video or you have big questions about what's happening with the shows, just write them below in the comments. My WandaVision Episode 5 video will post this Friday. You can click here for that WandaVision Episode 5 trailer video with all those WTF scenes, and click here for that brand new Thor 4 Love and Thunder first look with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Thank you so much for watching, everyone stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.